Well, hello everybody. Hopefully the audio is coming through okay. Jay, if you're there, if you could let me know if the audio is coming through or not, I would very much appreciate that. All righty. Yeah, I'm using a lot of little extensions and stuff here. So yeah. Um, can you see the screen of the computer pretty good? I tried to get the best shot I could of it without tripping over cameras and stuff. And I don't have a screen capture like Steve does, so it's a little bit more difficult to do that. But thought I'd sit here for a little bit and let folks connect up, see if we get anybody else besides Jay in here. So we'll wait a few minutes before I get started here. But what we're going to be talking about today is pretty much what I got hooked up inside of here. And I'm pointing to it right now. It's the TI-99 4A FinalGrom99. And this thing is actually, they used a 3D printer to print the case for it. And they use some really crappy settings. I think they really need to change their settings on their printer because the print on this thing sucks. So other than that, the thing works really well. I think there is a case I could print off of Thingiverse, and once I thought I saw one, so we'll figure out where it is and everything. The Mac is sitting here off to this Mac right here, because later on I'm going to do some cassette loading, and I have the cassette hooked up audio through here. Now I've tried to record, but because it's a line in and not a microphone, I have to amplify the audio a little bit in order for it to work. So either I need to make a put an amplifier on it, or two, get an older laptop that has a line in instead of a microphone, because that's the case on that. So it's a little bit different there. So all right. So Jay, looks like you're the only one I got right here right now. Even though it's saying concurrent viewers is 0, and I have 0 likes, which Jay, you should have hit that thumbs up already, but go ahead and hit that. And we'll go ahead and get started on this. All right, first off, I've already put a bunch of stuff on here, so I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to show you guys the actual cartridge. So this is the actual cartridge. Okay, and as you can see, it's a 3D printed case. It's got 2 little buttons on the top here. This one and this one. This is your reset, and this is I forget what this one's for. It doesn't really do much except I think it resets the actual program when it's running. Then you have a SD card slot. So you put your SD card in there. I'm actually using a micro SD with an adapter, and it seems to work pretty good. Then you have the card slot where it goes actually into the actual computer right there, and then the bottom of it has they put their own little barcode on there, I guess, to differentiate, or track their products, because they actually sell a lot of different things on this website I bought this from. So although, like I said, I don't know if you could see it very well, but the print quality really has something to be desired there. It's I don't know if you could see it in there. Let me see if I can get the light on it a little bit. But yeah, it's not the best quality. My printer prints way better than this thing. They may just have it printing a bunch of these off at once, trying to get it. So anyways, what you do is you stick it in there like that. Make sure it's slid all the way in, and you basically just turn on the computer. Then there's a little light that lights up here, and you got to wait till that little light goes off before you actually go past this screen. So we're going to hit the any key, and then we get a menu here for 1 for TI Basic and 2 for FinalGrom99. So we're going to hit the number 2 key, and then we get now what I did is I put these all in 3 different folders. So this thing can actually have folders on it and stuff like that. So I put my 8 kilobyte programs in one folder, and then my 16 kilobyte ROMs in a second folder, and the 32 kilobyte ROMs in a third folder. Now, some of the 16 kilobyte ones I can actually run, some I can't, because this one by itself right now, and I ordered a 32 kilobyte memory expansion card. Hopefully it'll come in by next week, and I'll do an update to this video maybe. But it slides into the side right here and goes into this little slot on the side right here. It's called a sidecar. So I got to get that in order to run some of all these 32 kilobyte and pretty much that's all the good stuff that is the 32 kilobyte ones. It can run pretty much all the 8 kilobyte ones, no problems. Some of the 16 kilobyte ones I tested out and they do run fine. So we're going to start off with the 8 kilobyte. Now, because I had so many of them, I had to break them down into folders because it only shows the first 18 at a time. So what I did is I broke them down into folders. So we're going to go to the B folder, and there we go. We have our list of ROMs in there. Some of these really, really suck. One of the ones I actually remember as a kid playing is this Burger Builder. So we're going to try that one first. So I'm going to hit the I key for Burger Builder, and you're going to see it pop up right here instantaneously because this is written in assembly language, and it's just like if you had a ROM cartridge put in here. So there you go. All right. A lot of these programs I'm going to show you only use joysticks. I don't have the joysticks for it. I need to get a joystick adapter, but it does have sound, as you can hear. All right, not the best sound in the world. This is one of the first 16-bit computers that came out. So we're going to go ahead and play this. All right, so we're going to hit function redo. Oh, it's already started. So we got arrow keys here. So we got, oh, it's on the demo right here. So because it's doing it itself. So what it is, it's just like Burger Time. You got to run across the things, except in Burger Time you can run across ones up here and they'll fall into the next one, but this one you have to actually get the bottom button. So we're going to, let's go ahead and quit this and start it over again. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and hit redo or fire to begin. We'll just do fire. All right. So I'm going to use the arrow keys here. And why is it not working? This was working earlier. Now see, once it goes, I go live, it wants to do things differently. So it's supposed to be using the, oh, I know why. Instead of hitting redo, hold on, let's quit that. I know why. And you'll notice that the menu comes with Burger Builder because that's the last thing I loaded in here. So it'll do that. All right, so we're going to hit function redo. And this should work. There we go. All right. So you can see I can run across and it pushes the burger patty down. Or the bun, should I say. And this one only does it. So, I mean, it's very basic. Again, you got to remember, this was back in the early 80s. Before they came out with a lot of graphics and stuff like that. So this thing, I mean, it runs pretty good. I mean, back in the day, this thing had sprites, and a lot of computers back in the day didn't have sprites. So yeah, we'll play this for a little bit, and then we're going to start the next one here. I'm not sure why that Whoa, almost died. I'm going to try to get this guy here. There we go. So I got an extra 100 points for that, for hitting him with a hamburger patty. I'm going to try to hit this one. Now he's a pickle. Oh, no, I'm going to die. I can't get away from that guy. All right, so that's Burger Builder, which basically is just a cheap offshoot of Burger Time. I don't know if you guys ever played that one. So, all right, so let's start our next one here. So I turned it off to reset everything because then it goes back to the FinalGrom. All right, so we're going to go back to our 8 kilobyte one. So we'll go A, and then we'll go B. All right, so here's a lot of different ones. Like Centipede requires a joystick. Defender, I think, has a joystick, but it's actually, it looks, I'll show you what it looks like, but it looks like the, I guess I don't know what I'm doing here. But so I don't know if you remember Defender, but that's what Defender was. So yeah, pretty fun game to play, but I do not have the joysticks, so it gets really hard to do that. But Atari actually made this for the TI-99. So there you go. All right, let's go try another one. But the way this works is it has some it has hardware in here that will emulate the old TI-99 cartridge, and it'll actually take ROMs and read them like they were in a, let me see. There we go. I didn't want that to go out. But it'll read them just like it's on a ROM, except I have to have the 32 gigabytes to run the bigger ones. So let's go back to 8 kilobyte one. And we'll go to C this time. So some of these, I mean, there's some mini writers in here where you can write, letters and stuff like that. So we're not going to go with that. So we're going to go A, which goes back to that, and we're going to go D. So Munchman 2 is a pretty interesting one, and this actually works with the keyboard too. So Munchman was a very fun game to play on here. I used to have it on when I was a kid, so we'll play this real quick. But getting these, the way they have these set up, it's really difficult to do the arrow keys. So basically, you're eating chains versus eating dots. What's funny is the original Munchman was blank, and you had to lay down chains instead. Now I do have Munchman on here, but again, I need the 32 kilobyte cartridge. There you go. I just died, but I need the 32 kilobyte cartridge to run it. It doesn't run. It doesn't like running without the 32 kilobyte cartridge. So, and we'll show you what that looks like when it does that. But this is Munchman 2. It's a pretty fun game. I think I'm going to enjoy playing it a little bit. I need to get some joysticks for this thing immediately because I want to have some fun playing with this thing. All right, next. Let's go to our next one. Go back to 8 kilobytes, and we were in the D folder. What do we have? Rabbit Trail, Rotor Raiders, Speed Reading, Spies Demise, Stargazer. Stargazer basically is it shows star patterns and stuff. It's kind of stupid, so I'm not really going to get into that one too much. Let's see. Let's go back. So A and go to E folder. Star Wars. Now, this is a pretty good one too. I think Atari may have made this. I'm not sure, but I need a joystick for it too. I mean, I can move this around with the arrow, but it's hard to. So basically, you're just trying to not get hit by these lasers, which look like they're coming towards you as big bubbles. And it's hard to do with the arrow keys, trust me. Actually, I'm surprised I've actually hit anything using the I'm actually surprised I'm actually hitting anything here. It's real hard to do with this keyboard, trust me. Ah, damn it, I got hit again. No more shields, so I'm done. Next hit. Ah, damn it, I'm done. So game over. So there we go. That's Star Wars. Not very graphic intensive there, but pretty fun game back in the 80s. I mean, if you grew up like I did in the 80s, this was pretty high tech. Let's go back again. Let's go to the 8 kilobytes. And my dog wants to... what else do we have in here? So Sudoku does not run for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, and here's a pretty fun one, but it's kind of boring after a while. It's Video Vegas. Basically, it's just a slot machine. Is all it is. So that's all you see is a slot machine, and it plays out whatever you play. You can put $1, $2, $3, and it's just really slow and boring. So, yeah, that's not one I really choose to like much. All right, so let's go some of the 16 gigabyte or 16 kilobyte ones. What did I say, gigabyte? See, I'm so used to having gigabytes. When I say kilobytes, you know, it's really difficult. So let's go to some of the 16 kilobyte ones. I'll go B. Let's see. I know some of these run. I don't think Car Wars will run. Let's see. No, it won't run. I get this big blue screen because it doesn't have enough memory. You got to remember that the computer only came with 16 kilobytes of memory at the time. And back in the day, that was a ton of memory. But the way that this computer worked is it shared that 16 kilobytes with the video memory as well. So whatever programs you wrote, you had 128 kilobytes, 128 bytes of basic programming memory, and the rest was all video memory. But you could write up to close to 16 kilobytes using it, but then you're sacrificing what you're putting on the screen. So it was a trade-off. And the biggest problem with this computer when they did that was it was slower to call the video memory than it was if the memory was directly addressable. So that's one of the failures of this particular computer. Did we look in that? Okay, so I think if I remember right, some of these ran. Okay, Donkey Kong did run, but I need joystick. So, but this was actually came out from Nintendo. And Nintendo actually made a port of Donkey Kong. So we're going to go ahead and start it. I mean, the only thing I could do is jump. I can't move. It won't move or anything like that. So the arrow keys don't work. But I can jump. And I did that yesterday. I was able to jump over every barrel until the bonus timer ran out. Yep, except for that time. So, hey, Tom, how you doing? Appreciate you joining us. We're just showing off some of the ROMs that this FinalGrom system can run. And this is one of the versions of Donkey Kong that came out for the TI-99. And like I said, I need joysticks for this, and I don't have any joysticks. And there was no way I was jumping over both those barrels. So, but for at the time, you know, you're talking about 1981, 82 when this came out. This computer came out in I think it was 79 or 80. Yeah, Donkey Kong. So yeah, this one works out pretty good. So let's go to our next one. And if you're just joining, I turn it off and on because that's the best way to get back to where I can actually select anything. Let's go to 16 kilobyte. All right, we looked at B. Let's go to C. A lot of these, Pac-Man does work, but I need joysticks. So there you go, and that was made by Atari. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear the sound from the computer. I can move the speakers, but yeah, I can't move any of the... I can't move them using the keyboard. So, but they have a Miss Pac-Man version on here that actually does work. And let's see. Let's go 16. And we'll go to D because I think that's where pole position works too, but I want... Where is Miss Pac-Man? Oh, there it is. M. So this is Miss Pac-Man made by Atari Soft. So Atari made a lot of games for this this particular computer. Like I said, these are cartridges that they made for it. Now this one works a hell of a lot better than... Now, I remember playing this as a kid and loving it. But this one actually uses the arrow keys, so I can actually move around. We'll get that fruit there. But next I need to get is a joystick or actually the joystick adapters, because I don't want the joysticks that came with this system. The joysticks that came with this system, if you've ever had a TI-99 and had those joysticks, you definitely do not want to use those because my hands would be hurting right now. I mean, that's how bad they are. They're so bad at what they do. I'm not going to get that guy. But, yeah, these things are so bad that you don't want the original joysticks that came with the TI-99. They would hurt your hand in a heartbeat. But this actually was a pretty darn good clone. If you remember Atari making Oh, I got them. Pac-Man for the 26 or the what was it, 2600, which was their video console or video game console that they sold, and the Pac-Man on that thing just sucked. It just totally sucked. The graphics on it were just horrible. And if you ask me, this one actually is the better port. And I'll finish off this maze, and we'll get to the next one here, because I'm going to show you guys in a minute here, and we'll dive real quick so you can see what it looks like. Yep. So it sounds just like all the sounds are the same, which is pretty neat. All right, so let's go on to our next. If you don't have a TI-99 and you like to collect old computers, this is probably one of the better ones to collect. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there. Pole Position is another one that works on here. And this was made by Atari and Namco. You see the dates on here, 82 and 83 is when this came out for this particular system. So we're going to run this. All right, so basically let's use the arrow keys to up and down. The up is the gas, and then the Q is to put it into high gear. Oh, damn it. Trying to keep the speed up. All right, and I didn't qualify, so it's just going to keep going. So there we go, but that's pole position on the TI-99 4A. And it's not bad if you ask me that the graphics on this computer were actually pretty darn good for the time. I know a lot of people, especially on the Mac-Yak crew, that were born after this computer came out, so they don't even know what this computer is. Let's see, B. Let's go with D. Qbert does not run. I tried some of these, and a lot of these won't run. Let's see. Let's go back and get to E. 4A Flyer is a flight simulator, which really, really sucks. It does run on here. However, I need joysticks. It won't do anything. I can show you what it looks like. It just looks suck. All right. So we'll go ahead and start it. But pretty much it starts, if it works, there we go. This is your window that you see on there. And then you got all your gauges and stuff. So yeah, it's not that great of a flight simulator. So use the TI CPU that was modeled after a mini computer. It's the 99,000. That's the reason why the TI-99 got the name it did, because the processor's a 99,000 processor, or 9900. Can't remember if it's 9900 or 99,000, the number of the processor. The thing is huge. I mean, it's if you ever open up one of these, it's the processor in this thing is pretty darn big. So it has it is pretty big. And why is my computer trying to go to sleep on me? And this one just went to sleep. All right, so let's go press any key, FinalGrom. Now I'm going to show you some of the 32 kilobyte ones and the reason why they won't load. So some of these are really, really good ones. Like, let's see, let's go back and see. Parsec is one of the best games they ever had for this one. The problem is I need a 32 kilobyte memory extension, because if I try to run it, this is what I get. That's all. I get a green border with the blue background. So that's all I get. I don't get anything else on it. So there you go. That's all I get on it. All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put my extended basic cartridge in, and we're going to load up and show you. Hold on, let me pull my speaker closer to the microphone. That way you can actually hear it. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you loading from a cassette tape. So we're going to start this off, extended basic. And let's see. I need to get, and I'm using VLC media player for this. Let's see. Let me delete all these because I don't want them in. All right. So these are all basically WAV files. And so you need to have it. And there's some in here that have 32 gigabyte. But I know a lot of these I've tried and will run. So let's see. Now all these are basically is just a basic program. Let's try Missile War, or Missile Wars. I haven't tried that one. We'll see if it'll actually run on here. Oh, nope, stop. All right, so in this one, you actually have to type in a command. You have to type in old and then CS1, which means for cassette port 1. It only had one port on here. So we're going to hit that, and it's going to give me rewind cassette tape, then press enter. Then we're going to press cassette play, then press enter. But I'm not going to hit play yet. I have the button hovering over here. So as soon as I hit enter, I'm going to hit play on this. So now you can hear what it was to load a program. Now this is going to take 2.5 minutes to load. So that's what you're going to hear for 2.5 minutes is that loading sound. So if you've ever used a cassette player on one of these old computers, this is what our struggle was back in the day. So all these new kids today do not understand the struggle. You love cassettes? Well, I like it that I can hook it up to my Mac and actually play a WAV file and load it that way. It does help out that all these programs were actually saved as a WAV format. I found a bunch of them. Paper tape was horrible. Yeah, I was in the Army and we had paper tape as well. I could just imagine Bill Gates loading that that first basic programmer into the Altair via tape. because after a while, I guess the paper would wear out, and it would suck after a while. And if you got it wet, it's probably just as bad. Oh, if this doesn't run, it probably means it needs the 32 kilobyte expansion. But a lot of these programs will run in the regular, because Extended Basic actually does have, I think, some memory in it as well. But anyways, we're almost done loading. We got about 20 more seconds. Oh, coffee spills on paper. Yeah. I'm pretty sure those old programmers had problems with that. All right, we're just about done here. About 5 more seconds. All right, there we go. Now, I could list the program, but it would take forever to list it. So we're just going to list the first, let's say 10 through, shift 100. We'll list those lines. Okay, so that one, I'm willing to bet you this may not run. So that was just line 100. So let's list 100 to 200. Oops. And there we go. So that's just part of the program right there. Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing? You missed the part where I was showing off this this cartridge here, Mike. So you're gonna have to go back and watch that part of it. But I'm loading up some programs via cassette into the computer. So let's see if we can run this thing actually, and see if it will actually run. And it's doing something. Missile War. There we go. You can see how slow this was versus the assembly language in the cartridges. The cartridges were so much faster because we're running this in straight BASIC, so it's got to interpret every line that's going in. One emission summary, sure. Oh, alpha lock up. Okay. Last offensive base. A hostile alien planet wants to take over Earth. That's how every movie starts, isn't it? Aliens want to take over Earth. I don't think they come out with anything different most of the time. Yeah, I programmed this thing before too, Mike. I actually enjoyed programming on this. At the time, the keyboard was one of the better keyboards of the time. My first computer before this was a Timex Sinclair 1000, which had a membrane keyboard, which absolutely sucked. So this was a step up from that. All right, destroying enemies. Oh, come on. Can I skip this? I guess I have to. So this is basically looks like, I want to say it looks like close to Missile Command. So this is probably that. They actually did a movie like that, Tom. It was a TV movie called V, and the aliens were supposed to be taking our waste and garbage, and they were supposed to be able to show us how to convert our garbage to power and stuff like that. But it was all sneaky, suspicion and everything. They weren't really doing that. They were stealing our water. But yeah, they kind of made a movie about that already. So go look it up. It's a TV series or TV mini series called V. And then the second part of that's V, the Final Battle. And you'll see what I'm talking about. The acting was pretty horrible in it, but the premise of it was okay. All right, so we're going to hit any key to start a battle. I don't know. Oh, it has to have a joystick. So there's no way I'm going to be able to do anything on here. So yeah, this is just basically Missile Command, and I can't move. I can't move it. Oh wait, I can shoot, but I can't do any. I can't move it. So yeah, I can shoot, but that's about it. I can't move the. Oh yeah, ZX81. Well, the ZX81 was basically the same as the Timex Sinclair 1000. The ZX80 sucked even worse. Yeah, 3 of my cities gone already. 4 of my cities gone. Yeah, I can't even do anything with this. So we're going to clear, and then we broke the program, and we're going to load in another one. So in order to do that, type new, and let's see. Let's find something else that we can put on here. Where's that one? Hold on. So there's a lot of. I haven't gone through a lot of these. I need to, but loading them in takes forever. So this is one I actually. I did. I actually programmed myself, or well, didn't program it myself, but I typed it in from a book. So let's go old CS1. Yes, I have Parsec, but I can't play it until I get the 32 kilobyte expansion, because the way this FinalGrom cartridge works, it doesn't provide the memory expansion like the cartridge did. So I need the sidecar to do that. Once I get it, I'll be able to run that and Munchman and all the good titles. So so we're gonna rewind, hit cassette play. All right. This one's only 1minute and 47 seconds, so it's not too bad. I actually typed this one in from a manual or a magazine or something like that. I think the old magazine was a TI-99er or something like that, or 99er magazine, and used to get these programs that you could just sit there and type in. And me and my brother would sit there and type these things in. He was into music and stuff, and I was more into the game stuff. But I was trying to make a Pac-Man clone for the computer using BASIC, and I had a lot of it done, but then I just stopped doing it when I was in high school and stuff, and I never finished it completely. And I wish I would have saved it somewhere on tape or something, but if I did, I don't know what happened to it. When I left home for basic training in the Army, a lot of my stuff just vanished. So don't know what happened to it. So you know how that goes when stuff like that happens. The reason why I'm using an older MacBook is because actually has a microphone and a headphone jack. However, I can't use the microphone on here because the line in on here is so low that it won't, you can't hear it, or the computer can't hear it. So it sounds like there's nothing in there. So let's go ahead and run this. Now this is another slot machine. No, I don't need instructions. This one's pretty easy. And because it's basic, what? Home Computer Magazine is what it came out of. All right, so I made a mistake of actually listing this. All right. Yeah, and you Mike, you remember how listing a program in here, it sucked. So let's try a different one here. Let's so there's a bunch of different Space Maze. I mean, there's a lot of, I haven't tried this one. Let's see. We'll see how this one goes. Let's go new. Oh yeah, I know. That's why you only list around where you're looking at there. Yeah, I know. I just didn't feel like doing that, Mike. So, might have been like a bad read on the audio, but who knows? This one actually isn't a long. This is actually a pretty short one. This is called Nibbler, and it's 1 minute 19 seconds to load. Oh, that wonderful loading sound. Remember that, Mike? I don't know. I don't think I've known anybody that actually had the expansion box for this thing with the disk drives and everything. I mean, I wish I would have had one way back when, but I just never got one. So, and trying to find one nowadays is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and run this. See if it'll actually run. I saw one in the museum. Press any key to begin. All right. No, we're not using a joystick. So this is like a maze game, it looks like. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing here, so bear with me. I don't even know where the hell I am. Oh, okay. I guess as long as I don't run into my trail. I do not understand this game one bit. We'll see. You can see how slow basic was on these things. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I just went backwards. Yeah, it was stupid. This. What? This is in some different language. Oh, man. It was started off in English and then went to Spanish or something here. Yeah, it does look like that. No, we're not going to play again. So let's try one more. And then, Mike, for you, I'll go back to the cartridge again, and we'll try it one more time. Caveman. Let's try this one. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to load. So let's see. New. It's Italian? Ah, okay. Glad you could read that, because I took Italian back. So how are you using an LCD monitor? I actually cut the cord for the RF modulator, and I made it to be composite out with the audio out. And I'm basically using a composite converter to HDMI to my monitor. So that's how I'm doing it. So it's actually conversion technologies, you might want to say. And the audio is coming in the same way. I just have a speaker sitting here with the audio going to it. I have no way to control the volume, but works out pretty good. But you can take the old cable, and like I said, I just cut it and spliced it into some RCA connectors and made myself RetroLink no, not a RetroLink. I just did my own little modification, and like I said, I'm using it's just a converter. I'll have to show you here in a second, but it's just it converts composite video into something, HDMI. So it'll work on my TV if I wanted to. And I picked it up at work from Best Buy, so hey, it was cheap. Oh yeah, those converters work great for anything that has composite video. I plan on probably using a monitor like this for my Apple II once I finally am able to get it from Steve. So we have to coordinate that day when all three of us can get together, so I can get there and I can get my Apple IIe from him. Yeah, it's an upscaler. Yep. All right, let's run this and see what this does. I have no clue if this will run or not. Never tried it, but we'll see. Oh, joy. I need to have a joystick. So I cannot run this game without having a joystick. It can be thrown at dino to stun, bring eggs to the hole in the house. So I can hit the fire button, but that's about all I can do, which is the Q key. Yeah, exactly. And all I need is an RCA cable to hook up to it, Mike. That's exactly one of the biggest reasons why I got it. And the graphics aren't too bad on here. Yeah, I can't move. I don't know what the... I have no clue what this thing is doing. Why don't I have a joystick? Because I don't. I just never desire, especially, and Mike can tell you this, the joysticks that came with this computer were the worst ever. I tell you what, the puck mouse would be ahead of these joysticks as far as usability. The Magic Mouse would be ahead of the those joysticks as far as ergonomics go, because those joysticks sucked. Yeah, well, no, you can't use Atari joysticks. You have to have a converter, Mike. You have to have a special cable made for it, because the TI joysticks had one. They look like an Atari connector on it, but they split off into two joysticks. So you had to have an adapter to actually use an Atari joystick on it. The TI joysticks just blew. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get out of this program, and we're going to load back up the FinalGrom so I could show Mike some of the things. One of my favorite games on here that I'm going to play, and I'll show you, is Miss Pac-Man. It's probably one of the better ones on here. Let's see, that's under the 16 kilobyte. Keep saying gigabyte. We'll run that. And Atari made this, so all right, so enter. This actually was a pretty decent, and you can see the load times and the smoothness of the game was much better than the basic ones that I was loading up. Damn it. But yeah, this is a pretty decent port of Miss Pac-Man. We'll try some more that I didn't try at first, Mike. But this one works out really well. I like this game because you don't need joysticks. Although the joystick would probably make it much easier to play. Oh yeah, this is one of the cartridge games. This is a cartridge ROM, and this cart I just picked up is a hardware solution to run all these ROMs on the computer. And I'm gonna die. All right, there we go. But it's funny because, like I was saying before, the Atari the Atari 2600 version of Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man sucked ass. Yeah, they were selling these for less than $100 at one time, because this is back in the day when they were competing with Commodore and several other computers. I don't know if you remember, but Bill Cosby was the spokesman for Texas Instruments at the time. So little known fact there. That's true, it was, but it still sucked. The problem with the 2600 is they were trying to churn out the games and they weren't really using it to its full potential. I think that 2600 was one of the best consoles that came out during the time, but it we already tried these. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go to see. Some of these are I think like MiniWriter is just basically a word processor. That's all it is. So, I mean, oops. All right, so there you go. Let me see. Let me get this off. Jumped over the lazy dog. So yeah, this is basically just a word processor, pretty much. It goes, I think, to 80 columns. If you notice, it went over when I did that. So I'm not sure. Yeah, you can go and insert stuff, and I think it goes all the way. Yeah, it goes to 80 columns. So yes, it's a 16-bit CPU, but had an 8-bit data bus, which is what sucked about these computers. They could have done so much more with these computers had they put them together the right way. Yeah. That was the biggest problem with this thing. And plus, like I said before earlier in the video, is the basic programming space is only 128 bytes, not kilobytes, bytes. It shared the 16 kilobytes of memory with the video. So the video was a much slower memory, and therefore it was way slower. The 128 bytes was basically, that was the only one that was actually straight to the CPU. The other 16 kilobytes had to go through a lot of hoops. So that's what slowed this system down big time. No, it had 16 kilobytes of RAM, but that was the extent of it. I mean, they advertised this as a 16 kilobyte computer. However, they didn't tell people that you're sharing that 16 kilobytes with the video. So, you know, that's not really deceptive advertising, but I would say it is. All right, let's go. All right, let's go for some 16. I haven't tried all these 16 kilobyte ones, so let's look here. Amazing. Let's see. I don't think that one runs. So when I get a blue screen like this, that's all it does. It means that it needs the memory expansion. So it just doesn't have enough memory in here to run it. And I can't, I have to. All right. So let's see, 08. Let's go to 16 again. Let's just go down the list here. C. Let's see if that one will run. And that would be a big negative, Ghostwriter. Yeah, the Commodore 64 was the same way. It used 4 or 8 kilobytes, I believe, for video. Yeah, it advertised at 64. In fact, if you ever looked at the 8-bit guy, some of the programs he's writing, he shows you where he's actually reclaiming some of the memory from the video because it's not being used for what he's doing on it. So he kind of manipulates it a little bit to use to his advantage. But yes, the Commodore 64 had 64 kilobytes of memory. However, again, it was the same way, is some of that was used for the video. But the Commodore 64 didn't share the rest of the memory with the video. It had a certain address blocked off for video, but you could actually still use it if needed to, using the peek and poke commands. The TI-99, however, most of the memory was all allocated to the video, and that's where it would put its basic programming and stuff in. So, all right, let's try another one. Like I said, we're just going to play around with this thing a little bit. Beyond Parsec. I think this one. Now, I need a joystick for it, of course, but this is a 2-player game, actually. Basically, you're trying to shoot. And I can actually use the keyboard a little bit for this. So you can see my little ship. And then when I shoot, it shoots a little, and I can move the asteroids. But I can actually come over here and shoot the enemy, you know, the second player. So basically, this is a 2-player game that they made for Beyond Parsec. But this looks like a homebrew ROM, but it's in a similar language, which means it's very fast. I mean, you can see how smooth the ship is here. So yeah, I can destroy the player 2 all day long because there's no player 2 here. Now, unless I hit a, you know, I could hit a asteroid myself. So. And this is funny because I can go right clear across the screen. Ships collided. So yeah, we could do that too. But using the FinalGrom works pretty good. So let's go. And like I said, this is actually all based on an SD card. So blackjack and poker. I don't think that will run. We'll try it. Nope. I get this screen. That means that it's out of memory. So can't run that, unfortunately. So let's go with some of the 8 kilobyte ones, because I know a lot of these will run. Ambulance. This is one I couldn't figure out how to play. So, you know, it's you move an ambulance, and I think you have to go and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing here. Okay, I think I have to get a patient by hitting the fire button and bringing them back to the hospital. Okay. All right, I guess that's how you do it. I finally figured this out. Why people are not stopping for an ambulance, I don't know. So I guess that's how you play this game. Just go to the emergencies. At least this one you could play with the keyboard. So this is, I guess it's okay. Oh, and then it changes maps, I guess. The hell? All right, so anyways, let's go ahead and reset that. And the cool thing about these buttons is it lets me reset everything. That's a COVID camp. Everyone is sick. Oh, that's a good one there, Jay. I like that. Let's see. Ant colony. Haven't figured that one out. Ant eater is dumb. Boxer. That one I need joysticks with. Breakthrough needs joysticks. I already tried Burger Builder. Centipede needs joysticks. So let's go to C. Driving Demon. Don't that one is. Let's see. Oh man, I bet you I need a joystick. Oh yeah, I need a joystick with this. Oh yeah. Plus, it just crashed on me and went straight back to. All right, man. Well, I'm probably not going to be on much longer there, Jay. I'm just playing around with this thing right now, and like I said, this is just something to play around with while I told everybody I was going to do this. So I went ahead and did it. Let me up the. Oh, too much probably. There we go. A little bit better there. You can see. All right, so let's see. But yes, I do have Parsec on here, but I can't play it, unfortunately, because I don't have the memory expansion. But Princess and Frog, Protyper, Rabbit Trail. Some of these don't run. Let's see. Topper. Haven't tried that. What is that? Let's see. 1 or 2 players. Let's go 1 player. Level A, I guess. What in the fudge? Oh, this is like Huber. But I need a joystick. It's doing something. I can jump off, but I can't do anything else. All right, so let's quit that. We'll restart the FinalGrom. Some of the 16 kilobyte games are pretty good, but a lot of these don't run. I know Car Wars won't run. Chisholm Trail won't run. Computer War. Let's see. Oh, I think this is like, if I remember right, this is like War Games, huh? Yeah, the music, if you did it right, you could get good music on here. It didn't have the best sound chip on here. The Commodore, I think, put this one to shame. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing here. Nothing's happening, so. All right, so let's try something else. At least I know it'll run in. I know football won't run. I don't think Frogger will run. Let's see. Nope, Frogger will not run. Let's see. We were in C. Hopper, will that run? Nope. Get a blue screen. Oops. Damn it. Oh, wait. All right, so set clock, Star Runner. Let's try that now. Yeah, I don't remember what it had, Mike, but it wasn't as nowhere as near as. Oh wait, shit. I guess. It looks like he took a shit on me. What the fuck am I doing? I have no clue what I'm doing here. But when these things were written in assembly language, like these ROMs were, they were super fast. So, all right, we know that one runs. I need to start making a list of all these ones that actually work on here. I just downloaded all these ROMs. Loader, yeah, it could be. I've never played Load Runner, to be honest with you. What is Jumpy? One player. At least it's working. Oh, God. This Cubert. And looks like a pair of tits that I hate to say that, but that's what that looks like. Oh my God, that's, you gotta admit, that's what that looks like. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that looks like right there. Okay. That was interesting. I think the pinball works, but I need joysticks. Robotron. Let's see if that. What the fuck am I? I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. Okay, I guess I'm not supposed to do that. Is it just staying away from these dudes? Oh, wait. Like I said, I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. It's like they're all gathering in a... There's my person I need to save. It's like they're all coming after me. Now you can't wait to unsee that. All right. What the fudge am I doing here? I can't shoot him? Oh, you little bastard. Anyways, I guess that's what that is, but at least that runs. So yeah, this little FinalGrom thing really puts some life into this thing, so you don't have to sit there and buy all these damn cartridges. I have one other cartridge here, Zero Zap, that came when I bought the Extended Basic. it was like part of the package, so I had to buy them both. And Zero Zap, it sucks. I don't even know why they even sold that. That game blows. Superstorm, Star Runner. Let's try that. I haven't tried that. Oh yeah, I did. That was the one I couldn't figure out. Let's see. Hunt the Wampus. Video games. Video Vegas. Yahtzee or Zero Zap. Oh, guess what? I have Zero Zap on here, so. And it won't run on here, but it'll run on the cartridge that I have. So. Because these cartridges came with their own memory built in, so that's the reason why they would run. Let's try some more 16. Let's try Yahtzee. I haven't tried that one. Nope, won't run. Like I said, a lot of these, I've got a 32 kilobyte memory expansion coming in. Once I get it, I will put it in there. But we'll try Zero Zap real quick since I have it. And this game sucked. So we'll go one player. Enter to play. And basically what you're doing is just shooting something and it and it's kind of, you're just trying to see how long it will stay up there. What the fuck? Let's shoot that. Oh, that was fucking dumb. This is like the dumbest game ever. I don't know why. Why the fuck? I might have a good run on this one. Oh, unless I hit that fucking zero. Yeah. So yeah, this game blew. Yeah, for an OCD kid. Yeah, probably. You're right. Oh, that one actually went pretty far. I don't know why they would make something like this, but you know, hey. I guess I get to shoot again if I. Oh, stupid. That's my best score. But yeah, that game, for a cartridge-based game, that was probably one of the dumbest things they ever made. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day here. I've been streaming for about an hour and a half. So I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Very much appreciate it. And you guys can check me out on Thursday nights on the Mac Yak Show, where we have that every Thursday night at 8 p.m. So hopefully I'll be doing this a little bit more on my channel here, doing stuff like this. And we'll find some other stuff to do. I do have an Apple IIe. One of these days when I get it from Steve, I want to play around with that. But once I get that 32 kilobyte expansion pack, I probably will have another live, and we'll do some of those other games that won't run right now. I'm going to look at getting a joystick as well in the future, and we'll see how that goes. And we'll have some fun with it. So hopefully you guys had some fun with me today, and I appreciate you joining. And we'll catch you guys later. Have a good evening.